Hey guys, today I'm spotlighting a real gem from the Kino Lorber Studio Classics lineup. Runaway Train. If you're into gritty 80s action thrillers with a side of philosophy, then this one's for you. I'll talk a little bit about the movie. This one has some pretty interesting behind the scenes stories to it, and then I'll talk about the disc itself. So let's dive into why this 1985 classic deserves a spot in your collection. Runaway Train follows two escaped convicts from a brutal Alaskan prison as they make their getaway aboard a speeding train. After the conductor suffers a fatal heart attack, the train races out of control through the icy wilderness, all while the fugitives are being relentlessly pursued by the vindictive prison warden.
Please try again, and I'll send you out of here in plastic.
It's a high-stakes, edge-of-your-seat thrill ride with a surprising amount of depth. Jon Voight and Eric Roberts, playing the two leads, deliver powerhouse performances. Both were nominated for Academy Awards, with Voight even winning a Golden Globe for his role.
You want to be a tough guy? You want to be a legend? Go back!
So this is an action movie being nominated for not one, but two acting Academy Awards. It's not something you see too often. And John Ryan as a prison warden, of course, delivers an equally impressive performance. But Voight is commanding as the grizzled, philosophical Manny, while Roberts brings an almost childlike desperation as Buck. Together, they create a fascinating contrast of personalities, elevating this from a standard action flick to truly something more memorable. Honestly, it's one of the best performances I've ever seen from Roberts. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. Runaway Train has its roots in an original screenplay by none other than legendary Japanese filmmaker Akira Kurosawa. Yes, that Kurosawa. That's something I was definitely surprised to find out. He originally intended to direct the film, but after numerous setbacks, the project was shelved. Eventually, Canon Films, of its own fame, picked it up, and Andrei Konchalovsky took the reins as director. But that script underwent significant rewrites to Americanize it, with Eddie Bunker, a former San Quentin inmate and writer, streamlining Kurosawa's 300-page screenplay down to about 98 pages or so. Bunker's gritty, lived experience adds a unique authenticity to the prison scenes, and fun fact, he even appears as the inmate shaving his head in the beginning of the movie. So, speaking of San Quentin, this movie also marks the acting debut of Danny Trejo. After being coincidentally spotted on the set by Bunker, who remembered him as a former boxing champion from their prison days, Trejo was initially brought on to train Eric Roberts for his boxing scene. But Trejo's charisma is of course undeniable, and instead he was cast as Roberts' opponent, kickstarting a prolific acting career of his own. Alright, so visually, Runaway Train is stunning. The icy, desolate Alaskan wilderness and the roaring train barreling through it creates a gripping and almost surreal atmosphere. The film used a real locomotive on a 40-mile or so stretch of track, adding a dangerous authenticity to the production. And if that wasn't risky enough, they also utilized helicopters for a couple of shots. And sadly, I believe there was a helicopter crash and one pilot did die. But it just gives you an idea of how intense this shoot was. Now, let's talk about the disc. Kino Lorber is known for their excellent restorations, and Runaway Train is no exception. The rugged landscapes and frenetic energy looks crisp and clean on this Blu-ray release from a new 2K master. While the special features are a bit light, you do get an audio commentary with Eric Roberts and a couple of film historians, and that's definitely worth a listen. Besides that, there are also a few trailers and somewhat of a trailer breakdown included. This Blu-ray was released in March 2021, and while it's not overflowing with special features, the film itself is more than worth the price of admission. It's one of the best movies to come out of Canon Films, and it's a testament to the true power of action cinema when done right. So if you're a fan of 80s action thrillers, or just want to see Jon Voight and Eric Roberts at their absolute best, then Runaway Train is a must-watch. It's gritty, philosophical, a masterclass in tension, and as you can see, there's quite a few behind-the-scenes stories to it. So, I recommend picking it up during the next Kino Lorber sale, and if you do, let me know your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.